Hello there, right here we have a brand new version of 1.17. This is 1.17 pre-release 2. As I talked about in the first pre-release, the developers are coming out with them whenever they have some bug fixes completed. We will be seeing many more of these throughout the week. And that is because they announced that they're coming out with the first part of the Caves and Cliffs update, also known as 1.17, on the 8th of June. They have this really cool image here illustrating what the first Caves and Cliffs update is going to be about. Mostly new blocks, items, and mobs, and also bug fixes to other mobs and features in the game. Notice how they're not showing the caves because we're not getting the actual big cave changes until the part 2, also known as 1.18, which will be around the Christmas time of 2021. Now, June 8th is a Tuesday, and in the past they have been releasing new versions out on Tuesdays. It goes on to say all the different versions that will be released. Bedrock Edition, which is on Xbox Series X. We also got Xbox Series S and Xbox One, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iOS, Android, and Windows 10, as well as the Java Edition on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Talk about some of the new mobs like the goat, also the glow squid, which was originally part of Minecraft Earth. They also go on to talk about all the new blocks and items that can be obtained, and that some of them are a little bit harder to get in survival than others. If you guys are wondering how to obtain all the different items and blocks and mobs in the game for 1.17, make sure to check out this video here, which I've linked below, where I cover all that in great detail. If you're looking for a farm to get all these things, I've also designed a way to automatically get all of them in large amounts by checking out my Simple Farms and Machines playlist. And the whole article is done in kind of a funny comedy sort of way. We also just recently passed 50 million total views on YouTube. I want to thank you guys for all the insane support over the years and for sharing my inventions and creations with others. I will continue to push the limits of Minecraft for many years more. And if you haven't subscribed or hit the bell, I'd really appreciate it. Now, of course, if you still want the deep caves, you can play on the data pack. And after they come out with the full release of 1.17, they will continue to work on snapshots for 1.18. And the main reason why they're not coming out with the major cave changes currently is because there's a lot of technical things that they have to overcome to do with making the world go lower as well as higher. Because the game wasn't programmed to do this. And they want to make sure that the game is stable on servers as well as single player for old and new worlds. And that's why they're taking their time making sure they do it correctly. So we get all the cool blocks and mobs in the first part, and then in the second part we get the more technical changes with the deeper caves and unique biomes that go with it. One of the biggest things that they are doing currently is that they are making sure that there's no major crashes that occur when they release 1.17. And in the pre-release 2, the main changes that they made to it are bug fixes as well as crash problems. So let's look at these bug fixes and see which ones they fixed and how this affects the gameplay. The first one is that they fix smooth lighting, which is supposed to make the lighting between blocks smooth, and this wasn't working properly underneath water. Another problem to do with smooth lighting is how it was going through tinted glass. It looked very block-like, not smooth at all. Next being, if you would shoot arrows on the side of a dripstone point or a bamboo, they would never despawn. The flowering azalea leaves used to have their ID called Azalea Leaves Flowers. Now that's been changed to Flowering Azalea Leaves, just like their name. Unlike other explosions which have a explosion power cap, fireballs did not. So when you would launch an extremely powerful one, it would freeze the game because it would try to do an insanely huge explosion. So now it's capped. And the cap seems to be 7 digits. And that will still cause explosion. Anything bigger doesn't. Glowing translucent entities often don't merge their outlines with other glowing entities. You can see a slime and a sheep here and how the sheep doesn't fully show its outline. In the last couple snapshots, it was possible to use knockback on a TNT when it was an entity, and now that's been fixed. Slimes and magma cubes weren't being attracted to the player, and now they are once again. There's a problem that the nether fossils were generating on top of the nether roof, which has the bedrock, in the Soul Sand Valley in some cases. There was some Z-fighting occurring with the new signs that have the glowing effect on them. They fixed 2 problems to do with the debug command. For servers, it wasn't stopping, so you had to manually stop it. So those are all the bug fixes for pre-release 2, and we were also given the release date of the full release for 1.17. Let me know in the comments what you guys will enjoy the most about the new version. And if there's any problems that you guys run into while playing it, make sure to report them. I will be doing a video about annoying things that are still in the game of Minecraft, most of which aren't unique to 1.17, but have been in the game for a while, and I would really wish they would fix. So look forward to that video. And as always, make sure to leave a like on the video as well as share it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!